every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 274th day of my challenge where time for another cake recipe has come. How many days ago did I try pumpkin cheesecake? Don't know, won't count, but this one will be a hot one. And even though it's summer now, I feel like there's always time for cake, you know, on your coffee break or whatever. I know I myself am not a big sweets fan, but I always love to try this first bite, this first piece for the very first time, and then I happily just spread it around me and everyone's happy. So today I'm gonna try, what was the name? Spiced raisin coffee cake. Now I'm not a huge fan of raisins in general, but sometimes, most often in dessert recipes, they are okay with me. I even enjoy them. For example, raisin oatmeal cookies are like one of my favorite cookies to date. So, I don't know, I'm curious to see how it will turn out with this one. I have a nice spread of ingredients, and other than mentioning that I'm gonna be using ayran instead of buttermilk, just because I have some in my fridge and it's a perfect substitution, even though you can make buttermilk at home, and I will leave the link to the video in the description box down below where I do try that recipe for the very first time, but that felt like an extra step I was not willing to take today. So if you're curious to see how it goes trying out this recipe for the very first time, then keep on watching. We're gonna need 280 grams of flour, 250 grams of sugar, 200 grams of butter, half a cup of buttermilk, half a cup of milk, 80 grams of dark raisins, 40 grams of golden raisins, 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of orange zest. For the topping, we're gonna need 50 grams of chopped walnuts, 50 grams of sugar, 50 grams of brown sugar, 30 grams of cold butter cut into small pieces, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. Start as always with a couple of preparations just so that everything is ready once I'm ready. So the first thing I did was turn on my oven to preheat to 180 degrees, and now I'm gonna prepare the baking pan. 23 by 33 centimeters in, wait, it's not diameter, what is this? In size, in size, which I'm gonna line the bottom with some parchment paper and then spray the sides with some non-stick cooking spray so nothing sticks. And now on to the batter. So into a large bowl, I'm gonna add the butter and the sugar and cream them together for 1 minute. And now to this I'm gonna add both kinds of milk, buttermilk and milk, orange zest, and the eggs. And I actually just realized that I forgot to mention that I'm substituting vanilla extract with vanilla powder. So I'm gonna be adding that together with the flour, but if you're using vanilla extract, this is the time to add it and just mix everything to combine. Okay, now I will move this just for a second to the side so I can mix together the dry ingredients. So to the flour, I'm gonna add the pumpkin pie spice, baking powder, salt, and vanilla powder, just because it's all powders, and mix them together. Okay, and now to this bowl, I'm gonna add both kinds of raisins and a couple of tablespoons of this dry mixture and just mix to combine, or basically coat the raisins. And this step should ensure that the raisins would distribute over the cake evenly instead of just sinking to the very bottom. Okay, so now back to the wet mixture. I'm gonna add my dry mixture here, and now this is the step where you don't want to overmix. So all the perfectionists out there, stop. Just start and stop. Once you don't see any flour, I really mean that very second when you don't see any flour, you should stop. It's so hard to stop, so hard. Okay, so to this now, I'm gonna add the raisin mixture, and now using not the whisk, that's why I'm shaking it off, but the spatula, and now where to put this one? Let's put it here. I'm gonna fold the raisin goodness in. Perfect. So now, let me put this here. Let me zoom out. There, better, right? Okay, so now the batter will go into the prepared baking pan, and I'm gonna even out the top if needed. I moved the cake there. There's a lot of like moving things around in this recipe so that I could make the topping now. So into the same small little bowl, not ball, fixed myself, caught right on time. I'm gonna add all the ingredients for the topping. So both of the sugars, cinnamon, walnuts, and the cold butter. And just using my fingers, mix everything together until it's all nicely sort of combined, crumbly mixture. Perfect. How to do this now? Let's try like this. Does it fit in the frame? Yay, it does! Okay, so now I'm gonna sprinkle this mixture all over the top and then put this cake into the oven for 35 minutes. Okay, pretty picture taken. Let me now take a simple piece of cake. Oh, things you do. Ooh, which you want to try? Oh, I want that corner one now. It will be so nice. I let this cake, my God, my mouth is watering like crazy. I let this cake cool down, I think more than half an hour, just because I had some things to do, and you really only need to wait like 15-20 minutes to be able to handle it, and so that once you cut into it, it wouldn't crumble. That was some coughing attack there. Okay, tea ready, by the way. Let's try together. I want to do this so much. Okay, I'm gonna make a mess. Wait, let me prepare the place for the mess. Ooh, this is so moist. My goodness, this is a fluffy cake. Oh, it's so good. I totally didn't expect to taste orange that much. Maybe it's because I bite into a piece. This is the fluffiest thing on earth. This is really nice. Can you hear? The top is a bit crunchy also. You get the crunch from the walnut, and I took the corner piece because I love the crunch, but the inside is so fluffy and so moist. Well, that half is gone. Let me just have a sip of tea, and then we can proceed to the thoughts. My goodness, what a perfect ending to a bite of cake. This is a really nice cake. Really nice cake, really nice cake. Fluffy, crunchy, it has the raisins, which in this case I don't really mind. I love nuts in things, I don't know, it just makes it so much more fun and like I don't know, I love biting into things, and this is definitely not only a feast for your tongue, but also like this, you know, when you get this pleasure. Sorry, second time. My goodness, this outro will be cut. I have so many things cooking right now. I have like 100 million counters. Counters? Is it? Time counter. Anyways, going on now that I'm expecting a beep sometime soon again. So anyways, this is really, really cool. I don't mind the raisins, as I mentioned, even though I'm not such a huge fan of them in general, but in such recipes, they really work. And I mean, I really don't mind, which says a lot because I always ask if there are raisins and things. So yeah, if you want some other cake to try, this is a great recipe to try. You can find the written recipe in the description box down below. I mean, it's really beautiful to look at. And by the way, the recipe, as all of the recipes I'm trying on my challenge, is both in American and the metric system, so no excuses there. And if you want to see how Laura makes it, you first, please compare. How close is that? And then the link is there, so you can go there and check her making this beautiful cake. And I feel like my black raisins are really black, like I really see them. Do you see them? They're like, hi, I'm there. So anyways, I really hope that this was fun and helpful. If you try this recipe out, share with me in the comments how you liked it. It's really nice when someone gets inspired by me trying out these recipes and try themselves. It's always so fun, like we're all trying Laura's recipes. We're all a big group of friends. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!